Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel, and here's a positive headline from Crypto Newsflash. Indian multinational financial firm shows interest in Ripple's technology. Awesome, right? So what could possibly be bad about that? Well, in and of itself, definitely nothing. But the bad news is, even if they have tremendous interest in Ripple, specifically on-demand liquidity, utilizing XRP as a bridge currency, it looks like they're not going to be able to use it. Take a look at this headline. India finally bans cryptocurrency, gives investors 6 months to liquidate their assets. I'm like, oh, that's just super duper fantastic. Because look, Ripple has articulated consistently that India is important. You know, well, how could it not be? I mean, in terms of building out a truly global system, every part of the planet is, but India in particular, because there's such tremendous flow for remittances into India. And it's time to modernize it, unless you're the government in India, and then you say it is not time to modernize it. It is time to stop forward progress. So let's go ahead and do that. Because the only solution that humans have devised to fix the train wreck that is the world of global cross-border payments and settlement specifically requires the use of a technologically sufficient decentralized cryptocurrency with an open market price. And there's only one on the planet being positioned for that, and it's XRP. And unless something's changed here, there's going to be some problems. Now, I did find ultimately that this headline wasn't completely correct. Yes, it looks like India is going to be banning, but it looks like there's going to be a little bit of a lag time before it's official. I'll get into it, but I do want to be clear that I don't have a financial backer of any kind. I'm not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast in the XRP community, and I like making YouTube videos as a hobby. That is all that it is. All right, so Infobeam Avenues Limited is an Indian multinational financial technology company that provides digital payment solutions for businesses and e-commerce software platforms for businesses worldwide, has explicitly cited Ripple in its Q3 annual report. The connection via the as-yet unknown partner for Ripple supposedly comes via Remit Online. An esteemed XRP community member at W. Kahneman reported. And actually I've highlighted this individual. I tell you what, this guy is really good at digging up some serious stuff. Like the amount of time that this individual must spend just really going down all sorts of different avenues that's based on Ripple partners, the bits that are publicly known. It's rather impressive, frankly. And it results frequently of him being covered in crypto media articles like this, and deservedly so. But anyway, as esteemed XRP community member at W. Kahneman reported, Remit Online is a little-known Ripple partner that Infobeam Avenue Ltd. Recently invested in. The one-stop platform for banks and businesses to launch remittance services section of the report states that the company offers an end-to-end plug-and-play platform for banking, B2C, and B2B, and cross-border remittances and payments. Now, regarding its investment in Ripple partner Remit Online, the company writes that it made the investment to capture the huge remittance market globally and implement multi-Rimtech solutions along the value chain. In addition, Infobeam Av writes on the scope of the technologies it offers. And here's a quote. Can be white labeled for banks with blockchain technology to launch cross-border payments, both inward and outward. And then they name a number of entities right there. I'm just going to keep going, though. Plug-and-play, end-to-end solution, multi-country, multi-currency, real-time, low-cost asset, light model, Ripple blockchain integration. And so, you know, it's been, so like, you're talking about just the world of fintech right here. So if there are entities outside of India that they're just invested in, maybe not going to be such a negative impact. Can you guys hear that? I don't know if it's picking up on the mic, but my dog is sleeping and she's having doggy dreams, and she's like, I don't know if she's getting chased in her dream or she's chasing, but you hear it. I'm sorry, it took my eye off the ball here. I'm sorry for the video being interrupted, but on the plus side, she is very cute. She's a 6-year-old terrier, and she is Peeve. That's right, I named her Peeve. She is my pet peeve. But Moon Lambo, so funny. All right, I think she's done with the noisy portion of her dream. Maybe we can get back to it then. I'm surprised she's able to sleep through me talking here, but she's next to me. I'll tell you what, she's next to me for almost 100% of every video I've ever recorded. She's just been like laying at my feet or next to me or whatever in her little doggy bed, but she is here. So she gets to hear all of the Moon Lambo videos first, and I'm not sure she fully appreciates the early access I'm providing her. Anyway, so the piece continues here. So what is noteworthy about this statement is that Infobeam refers to some of Remit Online's customers who are also Ripple partners, specifically IndusInd, StanChart, Yes Bank, Axis, and Kotak Bank. So the Indian financial technology company further reports that it has invested since launch and is confident on seeing robust growth going forward. The business model is said to enable Infobeam Avenue to gain and grow a strong foothold in the remittance segment globally, whose market size the company estimates at $625 billion in peer-to-peer and $125 billion in B2B. Well, that's kind of substantial. And so it is very clear that, like I was stating just a few minutes ago, India is a very important part of remittances on a global scale. And so if they're actually going to ultimately chop out all opportunity for cryptocurrencies to be used, man, that's short-sighted. It's like we think we have it bad here in the United States. And I know not everybody listening is in the United States, but about half of my audience is. And so, but we here in the United States, like, we think we got it bad, and we kind of do, but not compared to India. Like, definitely not compared to, like, at least you don't have actively the United States trying to shut down, the flow of cryptocurrencies. And it's a futile effort, because here's the thing, all that they're going to do is they're going to harm themselves. So all of the economic growth that could happen in the blockchain industry, it's not going to occur there. It's going to occur somewhere else. And they're going to shut themselves out. Can you imagine if people were doing this at the advent of the internet because they were afraid of the free flow of information? Can you imagine that? Well, that's what they're doing with this internet of value portion of the revolution here, basically. Well, that's stupid. Everybody else is still going to persist, and then at some point they're probably just going to have to cave. But by then, any innovation that could have reasonably occurred there isn't. So at some point, I think it all gets straightened out, even if it's years from now. And then ultimately, if XRP is going to be adopted globally, then it would happen through corridors associated with India as well. But it's just kind of a shame that, a corridor that Ripple really wants to focus on now, I just don't know if you're going to be able to see that adoption because a bunch of people in the government are being idiot sticks. And this is not to their benefit. Whatever they think, my gosh, they are absolutely wrong. You can't stop this. The genie is out of the bottle, so knock it off. Okay, I'm just saying. All right, so Bloomberg Quint here. This is where this news initially broke. Intent on ban India to give transition time to crypto investors. India will go ahead with a complete ban on investment in cryptocurrencies while providing existing investors a transition period to exit their holdings. A cryptocurrency isn't fiat currency backed by the Reserve Bank of India, and its usage in all forms will be banned through the new law that will be introduced in Parliament, a senior finance ministry official said on condition of anonymity. This would include a ban on transacting directly via foreign exchanges. Holy hell. This really burns my biscuits, guys. This is just, it's idiocy. But anyway, the official, however, said the ban won't be enforced overnight, and cryptocurrency investors will be given a transition period of 3 to 6 months after the implementation of the new law to liquidate their investments. Can you imagine if you were forced to sell your investments in crypto, or pick your asset class? That's offensive. Holy hell. The government has listed the cryptocurrency and regulation of official digital currency bill 2021 for introduction in the ongoing budget session of Parliament. Quote, to create a facilitative framework for creation of the official digital currency to be issued by the RBI, the purpose of the bill stated. The bill also seeks to prohibit all private cryptocurrencies in India. However, it allows for certain exceptions to promote the underlying technology of cryptocurrency and its use cases. I'm not seeing anything there that's going to save XRP, but again, I think that it's going to become clear that this is a bad move, assuming this really does go through. But look, India, I've highlighted this on the channel too. Over the last year or so in particular, there's been so much back and forth. It's like the government seems to not be able to decide what direction they want to go. But holy hell. And then there is this piece here, also from Bloomberg Quint. India's crypto investors weigh options ahead of impending bans. Like, what would you do if you were in this position? Well, the prospect of a fresh ban on cryptocurrencies in India has sent an army of crypto investors scrambling to think of ways to protect or liquidate their holdings. This, as the government appears to be in final stages of bringing in a new legislation governing Bitcoin and other such tokens in India. On Thursday, Bloomberg Quint reported that India will go ahead with a complete ban on investment in cryptocurrencies via domestic and foreign exchanges after giving investors a transition period of 3 to 6 months. The full contents of proposed cryptocurrency bills are not in public domain. While there's no official data available, the three largest crypto exchanges, WazirX, Unocoin, and CoinDCX, claim that there are anywhere between 60 lakh, or I don't know how to say the currency, to 1 crore cryptocurrency holders in the country, with holders of RS 10,000 crore. I really do not have that committed to memory. I've talked about this anytime I've talked about this in the past, and I actually meant to before recording this. I have to give myself a refresher on what the hell what is, because it's not something that I think about or talk about on a daily basis. And so when it's a completely foreign currency to me anyway, I'm just like, okay, wait, this is what, how do you say it? And normally I do that before recording. This time I did not. And somebody out there's like, unsubscribe, he said it wrong. Anyway, these crypto investors are looking at options ranging from self-custody wallets to transferring and selling their tokens. To be sure, provisions included in the upcoming legislation, once detailed, will eventually guide these choices. We'll see. And so some people, maybe they are going to ultimately, and they cite this here too, just put their cryptocurrency in cold storage and hopefully not have any sort of ramifications against that. But still, if you're cut off from the rest of the world until they start acting in rational, logical behavior, that's not so fun. So I would love to hear what you guys think about that. But to me, this is just pure absurdity that is just going to have to be straightened out. I don't know. I guess I'll wrap it there, but just the last thing I'll say is just, as far as the utility of XRP, it is to this point undeniable, and it's really at this point just a question of, is Ripple and XRP's use case going to be crushed by one or more governments throughout the world? And the United States government currently does have some serious power to cause harm, but I don't even if Ripple is damaged severely as a result of what's happened with the SEC, even then, I'm not convinced that they just go away. If anything, they just completely disassociate themselves from the United States and go somewhere else, and that's where all the innovation would happen. And then the rest of the world perhaps would have lightning fast remittances, and maybe any corridor connected with the United States would not. But I don't know for sure. Even then, even though I'd like to think it wouldn't completely devastate Ripple, and it probably wouldn't, I don't know. I don't have any sort of inside information, of course. And so it just kind of makes me wonder, to what degree would it be such a sufficient setback that existing relationships would fall apart, or this or that. And I don't know for sure what the impact in terms of liquidity would be, given that the partnerships in place around the world. Because I understand most of the trading that's currently done outside the United States, but there are major entities that have locations inside the United States and elsewhere on the planet. And then if they also can't participate, it's just like, I don't know. I need more information. Could still work. But look, I don't think that's going to happen. I don't want to get too far ahead and get into the doomsday stuff. It's worth being aware of it, and so of course I covered it on the channel. But in terms of being fearful about it, I personally am not to this point. We'll just have to see how it all unfolds. But if this is truly crushed, there is no other solution. There is nobody else that has a solution for the settlement portion of global payments. It just simply don't. So anyway, I'll go ahead and wrap up there, but thank you for stopping by, my friends. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything, because of anything that I say or write, that would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo!